crisp 49 degrees at kickoff here for the Rhinos and the Harrisburg City Islanders. As we get underway, Harrisburg in the all-white, Rochester in the black with the white striped shirts. The Rhinos attacking from right to left as we begin first half play at Rhino Stadium. Tony Walls, fresh off an indoor season with the Milwaukee Wave of the MASL, gets the start in the middle of the park tonight. Here's Walls, settles, battles in the middle of the park, and he wins a free kick here for the Rhinos. 1-0 at home after last week's 2-1 win against FC Montreal. And as we mentioned, Darryl Stewart will join us here as soon as we get a bit of the technical issues all resolved. Darryl sitting by and waiting patiently to offer his expert analysis. Just underway at Rhino Stadium. This one does make it to Camden, but pressure there from Campbell, and Baril will spin away. DePrima intercepted nicely by Vasily Apostolopoulos. Walls. Molesky let it roll through. He was looking for Forbes in that space and couldn't get it to him. Here's the keeper now, Nick Noble, the 31-year-old. Sixth appearance of the season for Noble. This one's played back to Grinwis, the 24-year-old keeper for the Rhinos. 4 games played now with tonight and a 0.33 goals against average. Here's Dom Samuel. Good performance last week. He won all of his battles and played a solid left back position. Garzi. Now Camden. Excelling at left back in that preseason out of UNLV. Gets the start today. James into the 18. Fires one up and off the mark. It'll be a goal kick coming up here for the visitors, the Harrisburg City Islanders. As we are in the 3rd minute. And no score. These two teams a bit explosive last season. They met in the U.S. Open Cup, and we'll talk more about that one as the night goes on. There's an interception by the Rhinos. Voleski gets it back from Tony Walls. Battles on the far side with Doyle. Doyle, another big, strong defender, knocks it off the Rhinos' leading goal scorer, Christian Voleski, who picked up 2 goals last week against Montreal. Voleski loves to play against FC Montreal. Scores goals in bunches against our friends from Canada. Throw in here for Shane Johnson in his 3rd season with the City Islanders. Handball called there, and it'll be a restart for the City Islanders. And we do, I believe, have Darryl Stewart joining us now. Darryl, welcome.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you. So
good to have you on board now with that microphone working.
Yes. We just had a little technical difficulties, and these things do happen, you know.
Thanks to Phil and Tom and Pedro for sorting out. Hey, 4 minutes in, you got a 4-minute break.
Yeah, that's great.
Darryl Stewart, the former Rochester Rhino from the 96-97 clubs, now up in the booth here with me this season. Good to have you on board, my friend.
Oh, thank you. It's great to be on board. Great to be on board.
Harrisburg with possession here on the near side. Headed back into the City Islanders half of the field. A little back and forth here. We'll see if someone can bring it down. And bad touch there from Campbell. Molesky will take that kindly. Forbes cuts around 1, cuts around 2. Forbes, low cross, broken up.
Oh, that was a great move by Forbes there to get around 2 big defenders and cross it in, but very low on the cross.
Here's Camden pushing deep. Still with it. And flag comes up. It should be a goal kick for the City Islanders, and it is. Camden, 21 years old, out of UNLV, originally from France. Here's a look at that replay and a good little bit of work from the Rhinos on the near side.
Yes, it's a great work. And Camden using his body beautifully against the line to shield both players, and ball just unfortunately just went out of bounds there.
couple of changes to this starting lineup for Rochester tonight. Camden, James, and Walls added into the mix. Camden on the left side of defense. Forbes has now moved just outside. Walls playing central just in front of Toch and Garzi. James on that other side in place of Riley. So Bob Lilly tinkering with that lineup, finding the mix that works. He wasn't too happy with last week's performance against Montreal.
Yeah, I don't think he was pretty much happy with what he saw last week. So I think he's playing with the lineup a little bit. It's still young in the season, so he's trying to get the right mix, the right players in the right position, just to make it all work for him.
On the near side, it's Campbell, the 21-year-old, his rookie season after playing at Penn State and University of Louisville. Toch called for the foul as he dumps Hughes. Restart just outside the center circle for the City Islanders. Here's DePrima. On a long ball forward. Headed away to Garzi. Now Toch tries to toe poke, couldn't break it through. Gets it back. Camden. Now Grinwis. 7th minute and scoreless at Salin Stadium. Second home game of the season for the Rhinos as they take on the Harrisburg City Islanders. And last season, especially in the U.S. Open Cup, you want to talk about fireworks. 3rd round, they played 90 minutes. It was scoreless. They get to extra time. 4 goals scored in extra time, and it started off with a goal from Jankowskis. But then it was Walls, Asani Samuels, and Asani Samuels again in the 108th, 115th, 120th to knock out the Harrisburg City Islanders. That led to a 4th-round matchup against the Philadelphia Union. Rhinos bowing out at that stage. Also in that game, Steven Dos Santos picked up an ejection in the 38th minute. He's also out tonight for his 2 yellow cards against the New York Red Bulls. That's the last game of his suspension. So Valesky gets to run up top. There's Campbell. Sent forward now, looking for Jankowskis. Pressured by Farrell. Knocked out of play. Throw-in coming up here for the City Islanders. Get into the game through the USL's social media channels. Follow the USL on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for news, live game updates, and video highlights from across the league. Throw-in will be taken by Campbell on the near side, deep in the Rhinos half. Plays it short. Good little spin move there. McLaws crossing the blocks, doesn't get through the wall of Rhinos defenders.
Yeah, that was a great little turn there from a short throw-in, turn and cross into the middle. And Rhinos was there to clean that out.
There's Canardo Forbes. Forbes 4 games played coming into tonight, looking for his first points of the season after a 3-goal and 5-assist performance last year. There's Walls. James trying to sprint this one down. Shane Johnson gets there first. Walls gets the start tonight, coming off a very long and grueling indoor season. Bit of a transition period there.
Yes, it definitely is a transition from playing indoors to outdoors. I mean, it's indoors. It's a little quicker. That the air is a little thinner indoors than playing outside. And I mean, it's the ball roll and bounce a little differently than it does from indoors to outdoors. So you're gonna have a little transition, but I believe after this first game, he'll get his touches back for playing outdoors.
Walls debuted last week as a substitute against FC Montreal, and after coming in from Milwaukee, the foul was called as it's McLaws who goes down, and it'll be a restart for Jose Baril. And you talk about an interesting background. He started his career at the Real Madrid Youth Academy. I think that's where you were too, right?
Yeah. That's where I all started my whole career.
3 goals, 7 assists for Badil, who's on the ball now. Very technical player. A good service into the box.
That was a great service, bending ball into the box, but Rhinos were able to clear that out.
Looking for James, but Thomas gets it back to Nick Noble. Noble, a former MLS keeper with Chicago and LA. And the City Islanders push it into the Rhinos' half, where Farrell finds Grinwis. Garzi, good little touch. I love how he had his head up as the ball was coming to him.
Yes, he's anticipating. He already know where he want to put that ball. You always see his teammates moving towards his space and just put it right there to him.
Good tackle there from Campbell. But Camden comes back to win it for the Rhinos. Valesky almost spins away and into space. Luckily for the City Islanders, Doyle there to break it up.
Yes, I think the Islanders was probably heard or watched or did some scouting on the game last week because they're right on Valesky.
He's been dangerous early this season. And this one given away by the Rhinos. It'll be goal kick coming up for the City Islanders, coming off a 2-1 win against Orlando City on Monday. Badil took a shot in that game, led to an own goal, and Shane Johnson picked up the winner. So Harrisburg with 7 goals scored, 9 goals against. And if you look at the goals against, 7 of the 9 for Harrisburg have come in the first half.
And not only that, too, in the first half, but the 7 of the 9 goals, and the goals that they scored seems to be spread around different players that they scored. So it doesn't depend on one player to score goals. They got a multitude of players that can actually score goals for them.
It'll be a challenge for the Rhinos defense as we're in the 12th minute and scoreless. Last season, the Rhinos, a 1-1 draw and a 4-0 win against Harrisburg. If you also add in that U.S. Open Cup, what a great move. Forbes left through and cleared away at the 6 by Johnson.
Well, that was a great move by Forbes again, using that side touch line. To move along the line and to cross it in. I mean, the guys get the guy to commit to the ball, cross it in, and it was cleared by the Islanders.
That's Darryl Stewart from 96-97 right there. Great work from Forbes, who wins a corner kick now on the near side. First one of the game for the Rhinos in the 13th minute. The Streamers welcome to Rhino Stadium. And they'll take some time to clear off the Streamers from the 6 box. And still more coming. It is the Flower City Stampede enjoying the festivities.
Yes, they are enjoying the festivities. I mean, that's one of the one of the things that does in Rochester here is just throw these streamers in and yeah, just part of the festivities here.
And wait till the goal is scored. You'll see a huge cloud of smoke coming from that section. Security now working their way over. Probably have a word with the Rowdies. But that's what makes the game so interesting at times.
Yeah, definitely. That's what makes it such a great game. I mean, the fans actually participating in the game, so to speak, here.
It's a bit of a delay now. Maybe this is all we'll see, but who knows if another corner kick should strike. It does put a little delay into this game. And security working their way over. Referee blows the whistle. Man in the middle again is Gary Gutierrez.
And I know something like this is great for the fans, but I know the players is like, we just want to play. We want to get this going. We want to get into this game.
Delivery cleared away by McLaws to the far side. Johnson hustles over. Badil lays it off for DePrima. Now McLaws. Campbell. Back to McLaws. Takes a knock to his left knee, but that touch really very heavy there. Yes. The first touch, I think, let him down.
Yeah, the first touch definitely. The first touch here definitely let him down. as we can see here.
Right there, yeah.
You can see the first touch let him down, and it's just unfortunate. It's not intentional that both knees for both players collided.
Got pushed forward a little too far, tried to stretch for it on the cutback move, and good to see McLaws is okay, the 23-year-old who played for New York Red Bulls 2 last season. They shake hands, he and Garzi.
Yes.
All is good, and we move on.
Good sportsmanship there.
McLaws, a good player out of Coastal Carolina University, an excellent pickup for Bill Betcher's City Islanders, and he's okay to go. Hughes. Leverock. Knocked away by Forbes. Throwing coming up here for Campbell and Harrisburg. They will host Cincinnati on May the 7th in their next game. A couple of new homes this season for the City Islanders. We'll talk about that in a moment. As a chance there taken by Jankowskis, and it's up and over the bar.
Yes, that was a great opportunity there to put one in the back, of the net against the Rhinos. But it was unfortunate that he get that one up and high and over. Instead of getting over the ball, he gets onto the ball.
A high delivery into the box that Jankowskis able to get underneath. Babylon not going to be happy with his back unit for that. Leverock, a good, powerful win forward. Apostolopoulos returns the favor. James hustling back. The Rhinos get it down on the turf. A little too much for Walls. Johnson, former member of the Kickers back in 2012 and 13, has the throw-in. th minute. And scoreless in Rochester. Foul called on the Rhinos. Far side of the pitch. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. Harrisburg in the all-white on the road tonight. Played on the near side to Campbell. Taken away by Forbes. He's got some space on the near flank. Cuts it back, looks for some help. Tried to switch it, just didn't get enough on it.
Yeah, he tried to switch that ball, which was, if it had worked, would have been a great switch. But he had kind of overlapping, and he never saw him.
Here's Badil. Trying to dance through the middle of the park. Forbes has other ideas, comes away with it. Camden. The Frenchman to the Greek defender. Back to Camden. Forbes almost gets through there, but Leverock comes in to help out. Toch. Good battle. Looking for Valesky, but stepping in there is Doyle. Throwing for the Rhinos.
That's a great shield. That's a great protection of the ball there by Forbes.
Camden to Garzi. Garzi took a knock last week in the second half against FC Montreal. Was forced to come out, but spoke with Bob Lilly last night and said, nope, he's good. He's ready to go.
Yeah, but he looks like he has shaken that off, and he looks like he's back to his normal form here.
Garzi, the 25-year-old, 23 games played last year out of Colgate University, captain there as well, and picking it up at the pro game now as well. Jankowskis to Campbell. Hughes changes it over to the far side for Johnson. Double team and James for Rochester. Takes a touch inside. Garzi with some space and time. Camden trying to push up quite a bit here in this first half. Gets another run forward. Goes outside to James. Garzi helps out. James. Forbes. Camden. Valesky. Still Valesky battles to keep possession. Now back to Dominic Samuel.
It's a great possession here for the Rhinos, and just knocking it a bounce, trying to find the open guys and keeping possession of the ball. Just having the Islanders chase the ball here.
Dominic Samuel again with it. 21 years old, the Canadian out of Southern New Hampshire University. We both thought he was pretty good last week.
Yes, he played pretty well last week. Very impressive.
Farrell. Pastalopoulos. The Rhinos have had possession for about 2 minutes here.
Yes, they're very, very well possessing the ball here, and just let them the Islanders chase. I mean, it's like a two-touch ball here. Soccer.
Finally, Harrisburg gets a touch on it. They give it right back. Toch to Walls. Tries the cute little back heel pass, but it's broken up. Referee will look for the advantage, and nope.
Yeah, there was no advantage there. And the referee, he was right in that vicinity to see that foul right there.
There's a replay, Daryl. He's going to have a word also now with
he's gonna
the
have
big
a word
Rhinos
with the
defender.
right. I think because he played a body, he stepped right into the play and played a body also, and the referee called it.
Pastalopoulos, 27 years old. He's played for the Greece under-19s and the 21s. Very organized in the back. That time got caught up in a little challenge against Jose Baril. Baril with a goal and an assist so far this season. Pastalopoulos doesn't have any points, but last week he was the player taken down in the box that led to the PK for Voleski.
Yes, he sure did. But I guess it was off a corner kick, and again, he's a big defender, and I guess until he loved those big guys in the back and for corners like that, they can get up and be in the mix like that.
Very difficult to defend. Last season, Van de Castile and Ringhoff also added to the nightmares on defending corner kicks. Asani Samuels as well, as we saw in the championship game. Voleski gets barreled into from behind, no call. Crowd doesn't like it.
Yeah, crowd doesn't like that at all. Looks like he get pulled down from behind, and referee and the side judge doesn't see it that way.
It'll be a throw-in for the Rhinos. It's Dominic Samuel. James Voleski. Good ball. Forbes in the box. Chip shot and a goal! Kenardo Forbes in the 23rd minute has given Rochester the lead.
Yes, that was great composure. A through ball to Forbes. Sees the keeper coming out and just chips it over the keeper for 1-0 Rochester.
And it's Voleski, who's got 3 goals. He picks up an assist. It's the first goal of the season for Kenardo Forbes. The possession midway through this half has been excellent for Rochester, and it leads to a nice goal.
Yes, and it can be excellent. We can see it here. It's a nice through ball, and Forbes just see the keeper coming and just chipped it right over his head.
Kenardo's first of the season, and Harrisburg, their goals against in the first half, those woes continue. Garzi, here's Forbes. For James. James actually won a good header. Got it forward to Voleski, who then slid a beautiful pass in to Kenardo Forbes.
And again, Rochester look like they're going to pick their spots where they want to go here with this ball.
This one will finally roll over the line and end up on a corner kick for the Rhinos. And be sure to keep up to date with the USL all season long by visiting the new USLsoccer.com for everything you need to know about the USL. Streamers will be cleared once again.
Here we go with the streamers again.
It's Forbes to do the honors on the near side. Second corner kick of the game for the Rhinos. Streamers are off the field. Corner kick is delivered. Driven ball. Headed by Toch. Oh, what a great opportunity for Farrell. Back into the box, and Noble makes the save. That would have been wonderful. Off the chest, the side volley. He just doesn't connect.
Yeah, he doesn't connect. I mean, that was beautiful. I mean, crosses in. Cross came in, beautiful cross. It's in the air.
Oh,
It was almost there. Almost got a goal. Almost. If he has connected with that one, that would definitely have been dangerous for the keeper to stop.
what a finish that would have been for the central defender. But we've talked about it. You mentioned Lily likes the big guys in the box on corner kicks, and normally it's with the head. That time the side volley almost buried it home.
Yes, he almost did. Almost got it there from a side volley, which he had no other option in a situation like that than to get up in the air and try to put it in.
The Rhinos finding their groove here in the 26th minute. I had a little flashback there to a New York Cosmos goal back in, I believe, 1980. It was Giorgio Chinaglia who took it off the chest, turned, and before the ball even hit the ground, smashed a volley home.
Yep, I can just picture that happening right now.
Here's Camden. A little too much on that one for Voleski. Some exciting moments here at Rhino Stadium. Now Harrisburg, 10 goals against, 8 in the first half so far this season. James very active here in the first 26 minutes. Steps in again to help out Voleski. Ryan James, 22 years old, out of Bowling Green University in his first season with the Rhinos. Garzi avoids the pressure, releases it onto the near side for Camden. Now Apostolopoulos has to hustle. Forbes, good turn. Walls, back to Forbes. Crosses, deflected inside the 6, and Noble's there to make the save.
The Rhinos right now is basically picking the Islanders apart here by possessing the ball and making the passes through the open spaces, and the guys just keep moving through those open spaces and getting opportunities to score.
A good, solid week of work for Bob Lilly's side. And early on, it's paying off with a 1-0 lead and some very attractive soccer from the Rhinos. They're keeping possession, choosing their spots. Camden, Forbes, Toch, broken up. Badil, taken away by Toch. Now here's Canardo Forbes for James. Nice ball on the far side. Johnson marking him. James trips up, still keeps possession. Still James. And touches it over the end line.
Yeah, that
goal kick here.
That was unfortunate there. James had a 1-on-1, 1v1 there to take on the defender. And he chipped, just chipped up over the ball there. I think if he had to keep possession of the ball, that probably would have been a very dangerous opportunity.
Dominic Samuel wins the header. Walls. And he'll be called, bringing up the bottom of the boot, exposing it to the City Islanders player. And foul called there. Free kick for Harrisburg. DePrima. McLaws. Rhinos take it right back again. Garzi almost found Forbes, but DePrima and the City Islanders with a chance to counter. Broken up nicely by Apostolopoulos. A little high challenge there from Walls, but we'll play on.
Yeah, that actually could have been a call of a high foot there, a high kick.
Farrell back into the Harrisburg half of the field. Voleski finds Tony Walls. A shot from distance, and it's up and over the bar.
That was another opportunity for the Rhinos again. If he had just keep it down and put it on target, that would have been a scoring opportunity.
Ends up as a goal kick for the visitors from Harrisburg City. Busy night tonight in the USL. This is the early game. There are 10 games, including this one tonight. And you look at the marquee matchup, besides this one, of course. Charleston taking on Pittsburgh, looking to keep that 27-game home unbeaten streak going. Their last home loss, May of 2014. They'll kick off at 7:30 at MUSC Health Stadium. Charleston will be the opponent right here on Friday night at Rhino Stadium. 7:05 kickoff For tickets and more information, be sure to visit rhinosoccer.com. We hope you're enjoying our coverage tonight on the USL Broadcast Network. Joe Giuliano along with Daryl Stewart. In the 30th minute, Rochester leading Harrisburg 1-0 thanks to a Canardo Forbes goal back in minute number 23 with some help from Voleski and James. Deep throw-in now here for Shane Campbell. The 21-year-old will take a look and see if he has a long delivery. Stepping back. Harrisburg, not too many options deep in the box right now. It's all Rhinos. A few players start to crash in. And McLaws. That could have been a handball against James, and Harrisburg pleading their case.
Yes, they're pleading their case. It could have very well be a handball. The referee had called that. I mean, it looks like a handball. I mean, he tried to clear the ball, but it just seemed to be like it popped up on his hand. But the referee didn't see it that way.
2 balls on the field right now. As Grinwis will knock one downfield and take a peek over at the other. This one rolls out of play. Throw in here for the City Islanders. Out of bounds. Throw in here for Camden. Camden, a 3rd-round draft pick of the Colorado Rapids here in 2016, number 58 overall. Gets the nod tonight at left back, and strong start for him. Voleski was the player who was fouled. The Rhino striker selected the USL Team of the Week for Week 5 after his 2-goal performance last week in the home opener. Forbes, triple teamed.
Yeah, he triple teamed there, and the crowd didn't like that at all. I mean, the referee back was turned to the play, but he awarded the Islanders the ball.
McLaws, the player who goes down. Restart by Harrisburg. Johnson. Trying to get it forward, broken up by Toch. Voleski. James back to Voleski, a foot race, and it's going to reach the 18, where Noble can pick it up in the 33rd minute.
Yeah, that was a good ball through from James to Voleski. But the keeper actually read that one and came out and picked it up before he actually get to the ball.
Harrisburg plays the long ball, but no one on the end of it. And as we'll continue to keep possession here. And now they'll give it away to Levrock. Toch. Not his intended target, out of play, and throwing coming up here for the City Islanders in the 33rd minute.
I think when the Rhinos play the ball short, those short possession games is when they create opportunities for themselves. When they try to go long, that's when they actually give the ball back to the opponents.
This one's knocked off the foot of Thomas. Up and over the far side, throwing here for Dominic Samuel. Voleski battles with Doyle. Headed out of bounds by Liam Doyle, the 22-year-old. Also another MLS draft pick, the 67th overall pick in the 16 MLS Super Draft. He was selected by DC United. Deflected, and Noble's got to be aware. That one came in pretty quick. Noble, 31 years old. 28 games played last season for the City Islanders, 9 shutouts. As James intercepts the pass on the far side, gets it to Garzi. Now Walls, flag comes up for offside. Coming out the other way for the City Islanders.
Yeah, that was an easy call for the linesman because he was right on top of the play there, right in front of him.
Harrisburg, last season, 11-11-6. A difficult 2-1 defeat in the last game of the season against Pittsburgh, ending their playoff hopes. Only the third time in 12 years the City Islanders have missed the playoffs, and we know the Rhino story. They had missed the playoffs a few years back. Bob Lilly comes in, rebuilds the team. They go 17-1-10 last season. Unbelievable. 15 goals against. They had a 19-game unbeaten streak, and the rest is history as they were champions.
Yeah, that was a great season last season. It was unbelievable what the Rhinos accomplished last season, right all the way to the championship and winning it all. And they're hoping again this season to repeat what they did last season.
Rhinos only the second team in the USL to win the regular season and the league championship. Valesky spins. Hey, got some space. Let's go. Shoved from behind, and he goes down. That's where Valesky is dangerous. He is so fast, able to find that space.
I mean, Valesky got the ball in an open space and was going one-on-one with the defender, and it was just pushed from the back.
And also, while we were showing the replay, a yellow card has been issued to Shane Johnson of the City Islanders in the 36th minute as he goes in the book for Gary Gutierrez. And it'll be a restart for the Rhinos in the 37th minute. Toch to do the honors. Short to Farrell. Now Dominic Samuel. Back to Toch. Can't go forward. Keeps possession with Samuel. Tries to thread one in there. And Harrisburg will come away with it. Maybe a little force there from Samuel. The youngster, the 21-year-old. I'm sure Bob Lilly will have a word about that forced pass. Forbes, Camden, Canardo. Canardo, another player coming off an indoor season, played with the Syracuse Salty Dogs, or no, I'm sorry, Syracuse Silver Knights.
Silver Knights. No.
I got my teams all mixed up. Too many Salties and Silvers. The Silver Knights. No offense, Tommy
Knights.
Tanner. I apologize.
Tommy Tanner and ex-Rhino.
Yeah, former teammate, right?
From my former teammates, yeah. As a matter of fact, one of my sons actually went out, tried for his indoor team a couple of years ago.
Really?
Yes.
You do not have a son who's old enough to play pro. There's just no way.
Yes, I do. I know. I still have
whatever you're doing.
That youthful appearance. You know,
yeah, I wish I had that. Whatever you're doing, my friend, keep it up. That's awesome. Darryl Stewart from the field up to the booth. Not quite the same, but almost as good.
Almost as good. Almost as good.
Valesky was sprinting forward. He wanted a ball into space, but James and the Rhinos held it up. And they'll keep the possession with Samuel on the far side. James has it knocked away by Josh Hughes, 24-year-old coming over from the NASL's Atlanta Silverbacks. Walls battles there, and Doyle will clear it away. Back to Johnson, who picked up a yellow card in the 36th minute. Doyle better be aware Valesky's knocking on the door. A little casual there for a split second.
Yeah, he was a little casual there. Didn't know the attacking player was coming on, and someone probably mentioned to him that was coming, and he speed up and cross and send it out of bounds.
Walls working in the box, chips it up and knocked off of Liam Doyle. Third corner kick of the game coming up for the Rhinos. And the last one, Farrell took it off the chest and tried to go for the side volley. We'll see what they come up with this time.
And if you see on this corner kick, all the defenders are pushing forward except for two. The big defenders are pushing forward. Camden is in the back, and Campbell is pushing up a little bit. But everyone is in the box because Tilly wanted those big guys to be in the box with those headers.
James Walls goes for the overhead. Heroics and just doesn't get a piece of it. Coming forward now, McLaws. Behind the play, they'll call the foul on Camden. Looking for Jankowskis. And the referee wants to have a word with Bradley Camden. And he will reach into the pocket in the 40th minute to give Rochester their first yellow card.
Yeah, I guess the referees see a little bit more than the fans and the coach Tillies saw in that play right there. Camden was just trying to stop the ball or the man from going through, and unfortunately there was a collision, and the referee sees it as a time to give a yellow card to him.
40th minute, the time of that card. Now Badil back to Noble. He'll take his time, plays it short now to Levrock. Dante Levrock, the 24-year-old, member of the Bermuda national team, playing in the back for Harrisburg tonight. Johnson gets the 1-2, pushes it back outside again. Little touch there by Thomas, and sliding in is Farrell.
That was a great slide tackle by Farrell there to stop that move and play going forward.
41st minute, Rhinos lead at 1-0. Forbes with a goal in minute number 23. Johnson taking his time here. Will heave one into the box. Cleared away by Apostolopoulos. Voleski is all by himself and comes away with the ball. No. Little tug on Baril, and the referee will bring it back.
Yeah, I think.
Now, what do you think here? Let's take a look.
Let me see if he actually pulled. Yes, he actually tugging him a little bit to get by and to win that possession there. The referee was right on top of it, and he called the call as he sees it, which is the right call.
Badil on a restart. Harrisburg having some opportunities here on free kicks. Good ball into the box, flicked forward, and it was their big defender, Doyle, who gets into the mix. So they're kind of returning the favor to the Rhinos.
Yes, I think the Rhinos getting a little bit of their medicine here. All the big guys from the Islanders went forward and for that free kick and got a touch in it, and almost had an opportunity to score here, to even this up.
You almost get the sense that if Harrisburg is going to get level, it might come on a restart. Possession, penetration, really not there in the run of play.
Exactly, because the Rhinos is actually keeping most of the possession of the ball and going forward. But I think if the Islanders is going to score, this have to be on a set play, like as a corner kick, a free kick, one of those set possessions.
Lusky knocked into from behind, and again, doesn't get the call. That's the second time. Good win by Farrell. He has been good in his 5th appearance out of LaSalle University. Farrell, 22 years old. Played for the New York Red Bulls under-23 2014 NPSL Championships. Actually scored a goal in that championship game for the Red Bull under-23s against Chattanooga. Oh, good ball, but offside flag comes up. It's Campbell in behind the defense.
Yes, yeah, that was a great ball sent over. Again, it's now one of the big guys from the defense moved forward. Ball come over in the air, and he got an opportunity to score. But unfortunately, he was in an offside position.
Shots through 44 minutes are 3 apiece. Corner kicks 3 for the Rhinos, none for Harrisburg. Leverock with the header, out of play. Camden. We'll put this one back in for Rochester. Walls flicks it for Voleski. Voleski into the 18. Still Voleski, and poked away finally by Shane Campbell. A late corner kick coming up here for Rochester.
Yes, again, another opportunity here from the Rhinos. Voleski just unfortunate not to keep possession and control the ball right at the edge of the 6-yard box to shoot and score.
Forbes to do the honors on the near side. Late in the first half, corner kick for the Rhinos. There's Canardo, driven, headed away by the defense. Garzi. Cross is blocked. Picked up by Campbell. Badil, a nice little spin move. Gets it to McLaws. Gets it back. And nope, no call made. That's a good no call there. As his touch a little too far and out of play.
Yeah, it was an awful touch that that he made, and he got a little bump, but he tried to sell it so the referee can give him a call, but no call by the referee there.
We'll have 2 minutes of added time here in the first half. As a foul called right at midfield. Farrell was undercut. It's Apostolopoulos. Setting up the restart on the far side for James. Heads it into the 18. Doyle is there first. Jankowskis lays it off, but broken up by Dominic Samuel. Loose ball. Toch finds Forbes. Camden helping out. One-time cross. Out to the far side and brought back by Thomas. Now Hughes. They're in first half stoppage time. The Rhinos with a 1-0 lead. Second home game of the season for Bob Lilly's side. It's the second of 4 consecutive at home for the Rhinos. Charleston and Charlotte will round out the home stand after going on the road for 3 to open up the season. Samuel. Ball's bouncing. Liam Doyle gets a piece of it forward now. Maybe one more push here for Camden and Forbes. Still Forbes. Voleski in the 18. Gets tangled up in his feet. Still can't clear it away, though. Toch. Canardo Forbes. Camden. Oh, nice touch there. Into the box. The header, and Voleski puts it up and over the bar.
That was a beautiful move, beautiful game, beautiful finish of the first half here.
What a great bit of soccer there from Camden.
That was a great move. I mean, he beat 2 defenders, put 2 defenders, crossed it in right to Voleski's head, but just a little bit too strong.
You think timing maybe a little too early?
A bit timing, yeah, probably timing too early. Also, the flight of the ball was just a little bit too high.
Craig Foster, these changes coming at the start of the second half. We'll get the players who have come off the pitch momentarily here for Bill Betcher's Harrisburg City Islanders, who trail 1-0 thanks to a 23rd minute goal from Canardo Forbes in the first half, and Rochester has the kickoff now on the near side. This one's out of play. It'll be Johnson to take the throw-in as we begin half number 2. Players who have come off. Number 12, Jankowskis, is off at the half, along with number 2, Shane Campbell, and number 14, Danny DePrima. So Foster on for Jankowskis, Wilson for Campbell, and Bembo for DePrima. And these are all second half substitutions. Here's James to Garzi Central. Finds Toch. Forbes, the goal scorer. Still Forbes. Looking for Voleski. Doyle gets it first.
And it looks like the Rhinos is trying to do what they did in the first half, is playing more possession ball and looking for their spots and opportunity through the gaps to feed Voleski for opportunity to score.
We're in the 47th minute at Rhino Stadium, the second home game of the season for the Rochester Rhinos. As Bob Lily's side will have 2 more before going on the road, and that'll be at Orlando City B. So great chance to rack up some home cooking and put some points in the bank.
Yes, I mean, opportunity here to win at home and bring in some more fans and go back on the road with a winning record.
There's Walls off the chest. First touch of the game. Now it's back to Badil. He's dispossessed by Canardo Forbes. Forbes in a mood tonight. Good step by Loverock to break it up. Badil back in action again. Now touch to the sub Wilson.
Yeah, Forbes is like he's playing like a man possessed tonight. He's he's trying to do everything tonight to make sure the Rhinos have a win here.
Benbow's bringing some pace down this near flank, and looks like he'll have some fresh legs. The 20-year-old from Jamaica made his senior international debut with the Reggae Boys in October of 2014. They took on Japan. Foster. Shot. Good diving save off the shot from Hughes. It's Grinwis called upon really for the first time in this game.
Yes, the first time, and he did an excellent job of laying down as a hard, low driving shot to his left, and he did a great job to get down and possess that ball.
Well, the subs making an immediate impact. Foster, Wilson, and Benbow. As it's now Wilson who is down, writhing in pain.
Yeah, we see like a collision there. I'm not sure exactly what happened, if he got hit on the ankles or his knees, but he went down in pain right away.
Referee is holding off on the trainer. And Wilson, the 22-year-old, another Jamaican, began his career with Portmore United FC. For him, it's his 6th appearance of the season. He's got a goal and 2 assists on the season. Just one behind the league leader, Niall McCabe of Louisville City, who has 3 assists. Levrock looking for Foster, but Apostolopoulos, as he always seems to do, wins it in the air. Headed out of bounds by Levrock, and throw-in coming up here for Camden. What do you think about him in the first half?
I think Camden played pretty well in the first half. I mean, he makes some great overlaps. He comes up to support the midfielder and the forward, and makes some great opportunities. I mean, defensively also. I mean, I'm talking about offensively there, but he's actually a defender, and defensively he's solid back there.
Here he is now, deep in the corner, battling 4 white jerseys around him, and look at this. Almost gets away. Garzi. Dominic Samuel. James. Toch. No go there, broken up. Benbow. Swipes down with the arm, and Dominic Samuel comes in with some retaliation.
Yeah, Samuel didn't like that at all. I mean, he was basically close line to the ground. Didn't like that. He retaliated a little bit, but you got to be careful in a situation like this, because he's always the one that retaliates in a situation like that. Usually gets the card.
There's a look at the last scuffle that took place on this near side.
Yep.
It's Benbow and Samuel battling.
Yep, here he is and possessing the ball, and Benbow basically pull him down, and he retaliates again. He was very lucky that he didn't get a card for retaliation.
Restart for the Rhinos. We're in the 51st minute. The Rhinos with a 1-0 lead. As it's Forbes' 23rd minute goal, that's the difference. Camden will leave the restart for Garzi. Swerving ball. Walls, the header! Looked a lot closer from up here, but it sailed wide of the 6.
Yeah, it looks a lot closer to us here, but it was a great curving ball into the box and a header towards the goals, but it was wide of the goal.
Farrell wins the header. Toch flicks it forward. James. Knocked off the ball. Badil. Hughes. Johnson. The touch goes out of play. Throw in here for the 2-1-1 Rochester Rhinos. Walls gets the flick, looking for Voleski. That'll help there, and Leverock will take no chances, clear it high up in the air. Badil, good one touch to Hughes. Now Harrisburg, a little possession here. Hughes battling for it. Back to Leverock. And given away on a long ball. Knocked away by Apostolopoulos.
He just want to pop. He just want to get that ball out of his defensive third of the field and just clear it wide.
Well, we talked about Charleston's unbeaten streak at home, 27 games heading into this evening. The Rhinos, 20 games undefeated on home turf. If you include the regular season and the playoffs, that mark is only second to the Battery, who play Pittsburgh this evening.
And again, I mean, it's great. I mean, this is your home turf. It's great to win at home.
Hard tackle there from Samuel, and this will give a near side corner kick to Harrisburg. First one of the game. We talked about maybe the City Islanders being dangerous on restarts, and they'll go short here. They've got Wilson and Badil standing on the ball. We'll see what they come up with here. Jose Badil, the 24-year-old from Spain. A goal and an assist on the season. Everyone in the box now for Harrisburg. Delivered in at the near post, cleared away. Back outside to Badil. Takes a touch. Another cross into the box. Grinwis sailing through and snatches that one out of the air.
Yes, Grinwis was there to collect that one from the air.
Good win by Hughes, getting over Garzi. Finds the substitute, Wilson. Now Hughes to Thomas. Johnson. High, deep ball onto the near corner. Samuel. Knocked off the ball by Hughes, something you don't see very much.
Yep.
Badil. And the referee is going to bring it back to the challenge from Samuel. And again, it's a retaliation situation that gets the call.
Yes, it is. It was a retaliation situation here. And again, the referee was just looking to see who get possession of the ball, but he waits a little while before he blow that whistle.
55th minute, another restart opportunity for the City Islanders. The Rhinos have a 1-0 lead. This is on the near sideline, about 18 yards out, 2 in the wall for the Rhinos. Badil and Paul Wilson again over the ball.
And as you can see, the Islanders send all their big guys to be in the box for this.
Oh, a good ball. The flag will come up as the referee's assistant calling offside. As the player came back from an offside position.
Yeah, but the flag went up right away, so the linesman saw that right away and put his flag up for an offside position.
A good spinning ball into the box from Wilson. Those are always difficult to handle. Voleski flicking it forward, but Leverock gets into the center circle. Now sent forward by Garzi, corner of the 18 on the far side. Forbes stood up there by Doyle.
Yes, Doyle stood his ground and was fortunate to dispossess him at that point.
The Rhinos with a different look here to deal with in the second half as Benbow and Foster some good speed up top.
Yeah. And I think the Islanders is a little bit more aggressive than they did in the first half. They played more attacking than they did in the first half. The first half, it seems it was hitting the ball a little long, but now they're doing what the Rhinos did in the first half, was possess the ball and play to feet and moving it forward.
Early on, 3 good substitutions for Bill Betcher and the City Islanders. They've been active in the first 11 or 12 minutes of the half. Hughes to Johnson. Now Thomas. Badil to Hughes. Benbow. Off the chest, chips it up in there around Toch. He'll work the near side. Johnson. Thomas. Completely different look here from Harrisburg in the second half.
Definitely a different look. I mean, they have the ball for at least for a minute now. Just knocking it around, possessing the ball to feet.
And Leverock gives it up.
Yeah. I mean, just this exact same thing that Rhinos did in the first half.
Farrell pressured there by Wilson. Forced to go deep, and Johnson dangerous off the chest, but a good bit of work from Thomas to fight off Ryan James. Thomas again, a hard tackle. Toch gets it forward, though, to Garzi. Spinning inside the center circle. Goes out to the Frenchman, Camden, out of UNLV. Garzi. Walls. Haven't called his name too often this evening, Tony Walls.
No, he has been in a lot of the players this evening.
They're looking for him on the near side. Doyle knocks it off of Walls. Nope, they'll say it was off of Doyle. Rhinos with everybody on the sideline, getting ready to come in. 58th minute and a 1-0 lead. Here's Farrell. Drives it on the ground across field to Camden. Still Camden. Toch. Looking for Forbes. Can't get it there. McLaws breaks it up. And a good tackle. Hughes goes down, gets up with the ball. Wilson to Badil. Badil wants to play some soccer, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Very technical player, and the cheeky little back heel that goes out of play. I guess when you're trained by the Real Madrid Academy, you'll learn some things about the beautiful game.
Yes, you definitely will learn some things about this game, and I guess you got to compete when you're training with those guys because they're guys just as good as you, or maybe even better than you. So you have to show what you have. So I guess he's showing a little bit of what he has here.
Far side, Forbes gets it back to Walls, chips into the box. Noble gets a piece of it, wide open net, and it's put home by James. Ryan James' first goal in the USL. He opens up his professional scoring account in the 60th minute.
Well, I mean, that was great composure for James. I mean, the keeper was coming out. The keeper came out and actually, I think he probably got a fingertip to the ball, but not as much to get rid of it. And he dropped right on James's chest and just easily put it into the back of the empty goal.
Well, Noble thought he'd get a piece and maybe direct it away from danger. And boy, is he made to pay, as it's Ryan James, his first professional goal, to make it 2-0 in the 60th minute. The Bowling Green University product opens up his professional scoring account with assist going to Tony Walls.
It's a great finish by James again. I mean, he's yeah, he has the empty goal. I mean, there's no reason why he should not finish that ball into the back of the net.
And Daryl, I spoke too soon. The call is Walls will not get the assist. It'll be James unassisted in the 60th minute. Sorry, Tony, I tried. Looks like Asani Samuels, the hero from last year's championship game, along with Marcos Ugarte, in a deep discussion with Bob Lilly on the sidelines, getting ready to come in. He's going through file after file with the two players. Now Harrisburg has to dig deep here to get back into this one. Foster gets the touch on it, but it's too deep and into the arms of Grinwis.
Yeah,
be sure to get into the game through the USL's social media channels. Follow the USL on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for news, live game updates, and video highlights from across the league.
I mean, again, right here in a situation, I know the Rhinos is up 2-0, so again, they got to keep on playing. The Islanders is looking to actually get one back here, but Rhinos just got to keep playing their game, keep possessing the ball, move the ball around from side to side as they're doing right now, and things will still work the way they want it to work.
We're in the 62nd minute at Rhino Stadium. It's 2-0 for the home side. Forbes in the first half, James in the second half to bring us to the 2-0 mark right now, as this one's looking for Foster, and quickly off his line is Grinwis.
Yeah, Grinwis is so alert back in the box there in goal. I mean, everything that's coming through, he's way off his line and cleaning those loose ball out.
Badil outside. Still Harrisburg with possession, looking for openings. They find Hughes. Benbow, little draw back, almost gets away with it. Does pick it back up. Crafty little footwork there from the striker for the City Islanders. Still with it. Still. Now Camden comes in to take it away. He goes down, battling hard along that far corner. Badil battles with Forbes. Canardo comes away with it for Rochester. Over the head of Voleski.
That boy's a tricky little player, isn't he?
He's brought some pace and energy to this Harrisburg lineup. Levrock. Ugarte and Samuels have been released to check in with the fourth official. Over Dominic Samuel. He battles with Thomas. Deep in the Rhinos half. And they're going to call Thomas for the foul as he's battling with Dominic Samuel. And with the stoppage, the Rhinos will have a chance to make some substitutions here, their first two of the game. And they'll come up here in the 64th minute. It'll be Marcos Ugarte, and he'll replace the man who got the second goal and his first as a professional, Ryan James, who comes off after his 60th minute goal. Congratulations to James. And Ugarte comes on, and Asani Samuels comes on for Tony Walls. You knew he wasn't going to get a full 90, as again he's trying to find his outdoor legs after that tough indoor season. So Walls comes off, Samuels comes on, Ugarte comes on, James is off. These changes in the 64th minute. 2 changes made so far for the Rhinos. Both teams allowed to make 5 substitutions. Here's Foster down the middle of the field. Behind Benbow. Picked up by Toch. Samuels couldn't get that one on his first touch. Out of play, throw in here for Thomas. Headed down. Wilson deflected. Right to midfield. Levrock. Good anticipation there from Forbes. Almost had something going on there. And Samuel steps in, but knocks it out of play.
Almost. I mean, Forbes is still playing like a man possessed here. He's going after every ball, after every challenge, and when he has possession of the ball, he's making things happen.
There's Samuel. Samuels comes to help out. So you got Dominic Samuel at right back. Asani Samuels on the right side of midfield. We're going to have some fun with that one.
Yes.
Throw in here for Dominic Samuel. He'll go forward with it on the throw-in. 66th minute. Rhinos lead it 2-0. Off the head of Johnson. Kept in by Thomas. Garzi's header. Run down by Doyle. Samuel's pressuring him. Good step by Garzi. Finding Forbes, who's been in good form tonight. Canardo Forbes. Canardo Forbes still, and he'll win a corner kick for the Rhinos.
I mean, Forbes. I mean, he takes 3 of the Islanders to actually defend him in this situation right in the corner, because he's playing a great soccer tonight, and I know if he had got around these 3 guys, he would have put that ball inside the box for scoring opportunities here.
Ugarte, who delivers a great in-swinging ball, has the restart in the 67th minute. Gives the signal, steps in, good delivery. Headed by Farrell at the 6. Back out to the top of the 18. Foul was called as Garzi jumped into Foster, quickly taken. Thomas to Doyle, but he's under pressure. Now Johnson. Levrock. Handball call. Quick restart taken by the City Islanders.
So the Islanders is playing with some urgency now. The restarts are quick.
Now, you've heard it so many times over and over. 2-0. Most dangerous lead in soccer.
Yes, it is. It is the most dangerous because for the team that's leading 2-0, it tends to relax a little bit because they figure they have two up. And it's so dangerous because the other team can always so easily comes back. And all they need to be back in this game is one goal.
Let's see if the Rhinos can add to that cushion as Dominic Samuel is dumped by James Thomas, and he'll go in the book. I'm sure he had a few words for the man in the middle, Gary Gutierrez. This is going to be the second yellow card. There's a look at it. In the 68th minute.
Yeah, there he just pulled Samuel down from behind. And I think right here, the reason why he actually got the card is because the ref was calling him and he was, basically disrespecting the ref, just walking away. And I think the ref just wanted to talk to him.
Kind of felt like the way I talk to my kids. Yeah. I talk to them, they walk away. I'm going to start carrying yellow cards around the house. 69th minute, 2-0 Rochester. Badil. All right, I'll give him the call there, but not sure if he was going to get to that ball. He got around Garzi, but that was a long touch forward.
Yeah. I think the ref called because he probably sees it as an obstruction. He probably just went for the man and the man body and not actually the ball to win the ball.
Over the near sideline. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. There's Volesky looking to get a goal this evening. He's got an assist on that first half tally from Forbes. As it's Dominic Samuel. Whips it forward. Headed away by Johnson. Stripped away nicely by Toch. But Badil gets a poke on it. Foster, little nudge off against Apostolopoulos. Now Wilson. Little dancing there, middle of the field, keeping possession. Foster. Physical battle there, and Apostolopoulos will be on the losing end of that one as he's called for the foul.
Yes, sir. Again, I think the reason why he get called for this ball is basically because he's playing from behind. He played him from behind, so the ref, figured it's a foul because you play the ball. I mean, the man and not the ball, the player not the ball from behind.
And Harrisburg will take this opportunity. About 35 yards out, just to the left of Grinwis. Wilson, way back. Badil will chip it in the box. And Grinwis makes the save. Grinwis only 7 games played last season as Brandon Miller carried most of the workload. But Grinwis patiently waiting, having an outstanding season. He has been big on several occasions early in 2016. Sonny Samuels, the championship game hero. A win a throw in here. Asani picking up 2 goals last season in the 3rd round U.S. Open Cup against Harrisburg at the Skyline Sports Complex, which is no longer the home of the City Islanders. They'll play 10 games at FNB Field and also 5 games at Clipper Magazine Stadium in Lancaster. And a corner kick is won in the 71st minute by the Rhinos. Canardo Forbes and Rochester with a 2-0 lead. We'll have Marcos Ugarte tee up another dangerous service into the box.
And again, here we go. We have every players in the box except for 2 of the Rhinos players in the box. So I guess we're looking for probably another header.
High, deep delivery. Bounces in the 18. Forbes settles on the top of the 18. Punched away by Noble. Ugarte's shot. That was whistling towards the frame. And it's Wilson who deflects it wide.
That was, I mean, a second opportunity there's a second opportunity by Ugarte to on goal. But the first one, Forbes had a great look, tried to put it in the far corner. The keeper was fortunate to get that one. But again, the second opportunity was right on the money.
Here's the corner kick from Ugarte. Apostolopoulos comes in high with the arm. And he's going to get a yellow card for that challenge. In the 73rd minute.
Yeah.
Vasily Apostolopoulos.
Yeah, he got a card for maybe came in with the elbow to the back of the head, and I believe that's why he got the card from that one.
I think he got Baril. There's a look at it. And there will be a substitution coming on as well while Baril gets a little talking to. Aaron Wheeler, the 27-year-old, will be coming on and replacing Dante Leverock. Fourth change of the game in the 73rd minute for the City Islanders. Wheeler making his 5th appearance of the season after playing with Wilmington in 2015. Also 2 years in the MLS with the Philadelphia Union, who, by the way, are no longer in a relationship with Harrisburg, as that was dissolved. They were partners since 2010.
And I noticed one thing here, too, with the Islanders for their substitution. The guys that they're bringing in, it seems to be like they're more playmakers, like Wilson and Benbow. Excuse me. They seem like they're more playmakers for these guys, and I think they're looking for more offensive, trying to be more offensive-minded here.
They have brought a nice different look, but unable to crack that Rhinos defense, as it's the Rhinos who have scored in the second half. But Wilson, Benbow, and Foster look like they're ready to explode. Apostolopoulos. Here's Wheeler. 6'4". Big size, good target. And another free kick coming up here now for Harrisburg, who trail 2-0 in the 75th minute at Rhino Stadium. A little surprised they went short there.
Yeah, they're trying to do a quick replay, and that's why they went short in that situation.
It's Wilson, Johnson, Camden, and a foul called on McLaws. On the far side, easy call there for the official. As Grinmus will take his time in the 75th minute. Don't forget, the Rhinos are back home next Friday, May the 6th, 7:05 kickoff against the Charleston Battery. Visit rhinosoccer.com for tickets or call the office at 454-KICK, area code 585-454-KICK. There's Garzi. A little shove from behind. Valesky goes down, but possession is kept for the home side. Toch. Forbes. Broken up by Johnson. Wheeler. Wilson shoved down to the turf at midfield. And a restart for Harrisburg. There's Wheeler, 6'4", gets the header on it. No one on the end of it, though.
I mean, that one for could have been called a high kick there.
Sonny Samuels, around one. Round two, still Asani. Into space for Valesky, but a slide tackle by James Thomas.
Yeah, it's a great move to get by 3 defenders there by Samuels and try that beautiful through ball.
Here's Wheeler.
And here's Samuel going through again, going through 2 defenders, beat one. There's a second one. And a beautiful through ball, but just a little heavy there.
And back to live action, McLaws. Not sure what his option was there, but he sends that one way off the mark. And giveaway there for the City Islanders. Be sure to keep up to date with the USL all season long by visiting the new USLsoccer.com for everything you need to know about the USL. And Grinwis. High one that ends up right at the midfield stripe. Headed away by Dominic Samuel to Samuels. Kept in play by Badil. Thomas. And Thomas just kicks it out of play.
Yeah, I guess it's a nice little tricky play there, but between Samuels and two of the Islanders, the coach was actually looking for an out of play ball.
Yeah. From up here, they're right on top of it. I couldn't tell from up here. Gavin McInerney helping out tonight as the assistant. George Kiriatsis, I'm assuming, away with one of his club teams under the Rhinos youth program. They've been having a lot of success in their tournaments all across the country. Wish them continued success. This one bounces around, brought down by Garzi. Outside now, Ugarte. Looking for Valesky. They combined on the first goal last Sunday against Montreal, or Saturday against Montreal. Saturday. Forgetting the days of the week.
Yes, it was actually last Saturday.
That's what happens when you get old. Wilson changes to the near side for Thomas. Marked by Samuel. And Samuels comes in to help out as well. Benbow helps in. Wins it back for the City Islanders. Garzi. And Hughes will get there first. It's Noble. Headed up in the air by Touch. Camden pushes it back into the Harrisburg half. Outside to McLaws. Time running down on the City Islanders. Rhinos looking to get another win here at home as Wheeler. And the referee will call it. Did wait to see if there was some sort of advantage. Didn't get it. And the Rhinos have given up a basically corner kick on the far side. And we'll see if Wheeler, the 6'4" player, is a target. No, they'll go short. And I got to say, I don't agree with that.
Yes, I'm not sure why they're doing that. I mean, I can see going short in the middle of the field, doing short and quickly in the middle of the field. When we have a situation right outside the 18-yard box, I mean, you got to make a set play. You got to make it. You got to make it work. You got to make it count.
Foster, Badil. Outside of McLaws, a lot of space and time. Looks up, delivers. And there's Wheeler getting into the mix, and he wins a corner kick. That's what we talked about. You got a 6'4" player, the biggest one on the field.
Yes.
And you're not playing balls into the box. Canardo Forbes will be coming off. This is the third substitution for the Rhinos. Andre Fortune will come on, the 19-year-old, in the 81st minute. And Canardo, beautiful goal in that first half to get the scoring started tonight. Third change for Bob Lilly's side. Near side corner kick. Badil will push Paul Wilson out of here, and maybe he will serve one into the box.
I mean, Forbes get a standing ovation, very good standing ovation from the crowd because of his work the body of work he did this evening.
Badil's poor corner kick is headed away by Garzi. He can try it again, though. '82nd minute. 2-0 Rhinos lead. Badil deeper on this one. And Grinwis deep in the 6, able to snag that one. Keep the sheet clean right now.
Yeah, Grinwis is having a phenomenal game tonight. I mean, everything that comes over in the air, he's there to pick it up. Everything that's loose, that's coming through, he's at the top of the box to receive it. He's playing a great game tonight.
Toch. Voleski. Sonny Samuels. Back to Toch. Behind him. Fortune lays it off for Toch. Badil battles there. Garzi will come away with it. Ugarte. And not enough space to get into Voleski behind the defense.
Yeah, it was a great idea to put it over to Voleski, but again, out of that space, and the keeper did well to come off his line to collect that one.
There's Benbow. Still Benbow with it. Cardell Benbow. McLaws deep in the corner. Low driven cross blocked out of play by Camden. And now the corner kick starting to tally up here for Harrisburg. This is their 4th of the game.
Yep. And I guess Harrisburg, again, they have some just as the Rhinos has some big guys that from the defense that now they're pushing into the box for these corner kicks. And one of these ones might slip right through to these guys.
There's Paul Wilson, far side corner. Driven into the box, and that's way too deep. As Grinwis pretty much a routine save.
Yeah, that was an easy one for Grinwis. It was like basically right to him. So
Grinwis will put it back into play as we're in the 84th minute. Rhinos have a 2-0 lead. Doubling shots here, 8-4 in favor of Rochester. Wilson. To thread the needle there to Foster. No go. Camden. Johnson will head it back into the Rhinos' half. Wheeler gets the flick on it. Nobody on the back end. Badil. And he knocks it out of play.
yeah, he's
A little frustrated.
a little frustrated there. He saw the space. He had the space to move it through that space, and just a little heavy on the touch, and he was frustrated, upset with himself to doing that.
Throwing here for Dominic Samuel. For Harrisburg, home against Cincy. Rochester, home against Charleston next week. Thomas, the diving header, knocks it out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the Rhinos in the 85th minute. Looking to hold on and pick up 3 more points. On the season right now, Rochester 2-1-1, 7 points, along with a few other teams, Bethlehem, Wilmington, Richmond. And it's Badil who's taken a few knocks here tonight. He has been down quite a bit.
Yep.
And a yellow card issued now to Andre Fortune.
I mean, that was a pretty great nifty play there, and that's definitely could have been dangerous, more dangerous than it turned out to be there. And the referee issued a yellow card, a caution for that one.
Bob Lilly's going to have a word with the referee as well. He was going at it with the referee's assistant, and now Gary Gutierrez comes over, and he'll have a little discussion with Bob Lilly about the yellow card in the 85th minute to Andre Fortune. And from Bob's look as he walks away, I don't think he's too happy.
No, I don't think he's too happy with what the ref just told him there. But he's still going. If you look at it, he's still going. Still saying something to the
Foster around the keeper. The net is open, and he scores! Late goal for Harrisburg. A little breakdown to the back for the Rhinos, and in the 86th minute, it's Foster getting his 2nd of the season. We're going to have a finish here, folks.
Yep.
It's Wilson's shot that's deflected. That kind of slows things down, and it breaks down the defense.
Yep. There was a deflection on the shot, and the defense did definitely get broke down, and the scoring player was right in that position just to knock the ball back in the back of the net.
87th minute. 2-1. Rochester. They'll see unassisted as the Wilson shot was deflected. Well, Daryl, you said it. Those guys really did come on and seem to want to play some attacking soccer.
Yes.
They're a part of that goal.
They're definitely all three guys that came on there at second half. Seems to be everything is going through them, and they're more look like they're attacking players, and they're pushing the ball. They're pushing the issue forward. So to get these opportunities to score, and one of them that just paid off just now.
A late shot of confidence here for the City Islanders. And Thomas has to be careful. He's got a yellow card already, and he'll be sent off here. Referee is reaching into the pocket, and that's the second yellow, and Thomas is seeing the end of his evening in the 88th minute. He got a yellow card in the 68th minute, the second one coming here, and he is off the pitch for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons why the referee gave him the second yellow too. I mean, the ball was already basically out of play, and he came in very aggressively, and he gave him the second yellow, which is rightfully so. I mean, it's a yellow.
We'll take another look at the replay as Thomas is ushered off to the dressing room in the 88th minute, picking up his second yellow card for his challenge with Toch on the near sideline. Here's a look at that situation once again.
And right, as you can see, the ball is basically out of bounds. There's no way that he was going to win that ball. And he just basically hit the player out of bounds.
And while we have a chance for this stoppage, Voleski will be coming off for the Rhinos, and Fall will make his debut, the German footballer. Pretty interesting background for Mr. Fall. He's the cousin of U.S. men's national team player Jermaine Jones. So Fall, the 23-year-old, will come on momentarily. Another change was made by Harrisburg. Number 11, Bolduc, has come on for the City Islanders, replacing, didn't get the number just yet, but we'll take a look. Let's see who did come off. 23 was McLaws, who I believe was cramping up. That was the fifth and final change of the game for the City Islanders. Matthew Bolduc for McLaws in the 90th minute. So Fall comes highly touted to join here the Rochester Rhinos. He's played in Austria for SC Lustenau, and we'll see how his debut goes here tonight for the Rochester Rhinos. He'll be actually in the back as Bob Lilly kind of bunkering down. Looks like there's 5 across the back for Rochester.
It looks like he's bringing some guys into the defenses now to close this thing down. So the final couple of minutes here.
Dominic Samuel, Farrell, Fall, Apostolopoulos, and Camden making up the back line for the Rhinos here as we've got 5 minutes of stoppage time. It's 2-1 Rochester with the lead. A nice chunk of time still added on, though. Wheeler, Badil chips it forward. Fall's first touch is a header. It's picked up by Wheeler. Off of him, and throwing coming up for the Rhinos in stoppage time. Dominic Samuel will take his time. 3 valuable points on the line here for the Rhinos. Toch pops one up in the air, headed by Johnson. Badil, double team, goes down again. Another call made. Wilson on the quick restart.
Again, the Islanders is playing the ball very quickly. The restarts is
And Wheeler goes down, and it's Dominic Samuel who now will go in the book in the 90th minute. And a yellow card for Rochester. Dangerous restart, though, from this position of the field.
Yes, and it's a very dangerous restart right outside the top of the box, outside on the left side.
Again, Harrisburg playing a man down. Here's a look at the replay as Wheeler tried to turn the corner on Samuel.
we practically have everyone inside the area.
Played short to Badil. Top of the 18, a swerving shot. Kind of a tricky little set piece as Badil was over at the sideline like he was talking to the coach. And then just before Wilson puts it into play, he sprints back into the action.
Oh, yes, I mean, I saw him standing there, but I mean, I'm just the fans and the players probably think he's probably not even a part of this set play. And just before he hit it, he went right into the top of the box and getting up a shot on goal.
I like the idea.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that in your notebook for your teams?
I definitely will.
Here's Farrell. Fortune. The Rhinos looking to bring home the 3 points, but Harrisburg asking some questions as Sonny Samuels is in behind the defense. Bob Lilly wanted that ball to the corner, not forward to the space to eat away at the clock. Badil. Around Fortune. Goes outside, Bolduc. Deep one and given back to the Rhinos. 5 minutes of stoppage time to be played here. Probably about a minute and a half into that 5 minutes. Grinwis. Doyle. Outside, deflected to Ugarte. Still Ugarte. Now he takes it to the corner and he'll work on the clock. And referee will bring it back on a free kick to Harrisburg. Badil. Bolduc. Still Bolduc. Back to Badil. Now Wilson. Nope, Badil will keep it. And Sonny Samuels working hard, gets the ball away from Badil, and he is fouled by Cardell Benbow.
Yes. So I guess the Islanders was actually looking for a foul against Baril, but referee didn't call it, and I guess it's just basically a retaliation there.
And the Rhinos have a chance to slow it down, eat away at the clock, hold on to this 2-1 lead that they have, thanks to goals from Forbes and Ryan James. Now Samuels will keep it in the corner. He'll take his knocks. Johnson comes away with it. Benbow. Garzi call for the foul, and Benbow gets a little tug on it. It's getting a little chippy here. It was Doyle and Fortune behind the play, and Benbow and Garzi also.
Yeah, it's definitely getting a little chippy here, a little physical actually. And the referee definitely have to keep this game under control. Doesn't let it get away in the last couple of minutes here.
There's Ugarte sprinting forward, looking to take the time off the clock. Last touch by Ugarte. Throw in for Harrisburg. Body's getting shoved. Rhinos pleading for that final whistle, and it comes as the Rochester Rhinos will hold on for a 2-1 victory over the Harrisburg City Islanders. And as usual, when these two